Good morning. Hello, America and curling fans from Canada to Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, bringing you the latest competition from the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. This is the Mixed Fours tournament coming to you live from the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. Our feature game will see Team Barajas from San Francisco Bay Area taking on Team McLane from Coyotes. Before our broadcast started, teams had a warm-up time, and they did the draw to the button to see which team would be closest to the center of the house without going over. Uh, and Team Barajas won that and has the hammer advantage in this competition or in this draw. We have four sheets in play. I'll definitely let you guys know which games are which games are underway. So we can see right now we have the lead for Team McLean, Ryan Sawyer pushing out of the hack, and we are underway here at the Mixed Fours event. Mixed Fours is an interesting variation of the sports. It's a four-person team, but you have two men and two women, and they alternate between the positions. So man, woman, or woman, man, or no woman, no try. And Sawyer puts up a guard, not quite a center guard, but not too shabby. As we see Christina Ludo's first shots. Christina's looking to put up a corner guard. These games are being timed, so especially the opening deliveries will be fairly speedy to save time later in the competition, or later in the game. As I'm going to guess Sawyer is going to try and draw around his own guard. Oh, and that came up light. So this is a hard rock. That's $1 for the hard jar. This is Christina's second shot. So I think she is going to try and draw around. It wicks off of the guard. So just a little tight on the release. And maybe just a smidge on the light side as well. Uh, so we have coming out of hat lefty. This is Christina Kuka, and she's looking to do the intern clockwise release. And line looks pretty good. The weight's a little light, perhaps. It's going to settle in as a guard. And so it looks like Jesus Barajas wants to open things up with Eric Chiarella Jensen's first rock. Looking for some heat. And that's going to get all three of those stones moving. Not quite a double takeout, but it definitely effectively clears out the front. So it looks like Christina's being asked to draw. It looks like to maybe put a second stone in the rings because they're sitting one right now. And it looks like it's a really good place. They want to kind of keep it parallel to the other yellow in the rings. There's a slight offset, so they could try to do a very thin double. But that was a good draw there from Christina. So it looks like they're going to try and take on that double. Hit the center stone first and then roll towards the rock on the left. This is going to be more of a nose hit, actually. If it makes contact, gets rid of one of them. Plays in the top of the house. I mean, so I think actually I take that back. What they wanted to do, I think they wanted to hit and roll, and it didn't quite roll back the way they needed it to. But they got rid of one of the stones. So both teams are trading hits back and forth, and that was Ryan Nelson's first for Team McLane. So this is Kate Garfinkel's first for Team Barajas. Looks like a bit of energy coming out of the hat. Let's see what they're. I think they're going to try and take the double on. Actually, not the double. I apologize. So I think they wanted to hit and roll, hit the outside one and roll under. And how close are they going to get? Not super close. And so Ryan Nelson's second stone is going to, I think, going to hit the blue out. And they get the roll. Looking kind of like a blank maybe developing here in this end. So Barajas has the broom down for Garfinkel to go for the double. Looks like it's going to get one, just both stones moving. Are they going to go out of play? They do. And that was a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. That was a good shot there. So we are to skip stones. And it is shaping up to be a blank as Michaela McLane uh, delivers her first rock without the hammer here in the first end. It's going to hit. It's going to stay outside the house. Does its job though. I don't think there was really any place that McLean could go to hide a stone. They could try to go under that corner guard away on the bottom of the stream, but I don't think it would. It'd be hard to get there. Um, so Jesus Barajas is getting set. Uh, I think they're looking to draw, is my guess. So, it could be a blank, but I think they have a chance to try and score two, and that's what Barajas is going to try to do. Weight looks pretty good. This is also their home ice, so I think they probably know the conditions fairly well. I haven't been able to talk to see how things have been at the facility lately. I know that they got some new rocks in the past year, so this is kind of fun to see. The rock doesn't get very buried, so I think McLean is going to try. It's fine. McLean is going to try to take that out. The broom's down for the takeout. This is her last rock without the hammer here in the first end. Has some heat on that rock. It's solid contact there. So now it's definitely going to be a blank attempt. Now, of course, it might not turn out to be a blank. I think they, I think McLean could have tried to roll, but the primary goal was to get rid of the Barajas counting the rock in the rings, and mission accomplished. As we see Jesus Barajas with his last, going for the blank, and this is going to be close, but he does make contact. And we do have a blank to start off the scoring here. So while they clear the ice. They're going to take a minute pause. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 Mixed Fours Playdowns, coming to you live from the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. Coverage of this event is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com, offering rankings of the top men's and women's teams from around the world at DoubleTakeout.com. And by Curling.gg. Curling.gg is proud to be an official sponsor of Team Canada's mixed doubles champions Brett Gallant and Jocelyn Peterman. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. Rocks in play. We are underway. So we see, oh my goodness, my apologies. There we go. See that where that rock ends up. That's going to settle into the back 8 foot. This is Christina's first of the end. I think looking to, oh, looks like they're trying to put up a corner guard. And that looks pretty guardy. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. Proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the site throughout the competitive season with the results of the latest curling events and creates a custom ranking. If you have a favorite team that you like to follow, odds are they might be at DoubleTakeout.com and see how they stack against the competition. So that is a guard, and we can see from the overhead it is on the center line. We are playing the no-tick center line rule for this event. The no-tick rule is an expansion of the free guard zone, which has been in place for quite some time now. The no-tick rule, for those that might not be familiar with it, it is a rule where an opposing team cannot dislodge an opposing team's stone off the center line until after the 5th rock to the end. So Ludo tried to draw around and it crashed. It and so we can see the no-tick rule in effect there because she crashed onto that center guard, and when that happens, the non-offending team has a choice to either leave the rocks as they played out, or remove the offending stone and replace the guard back to where it was, and that's what Barajas opted to do. So Christina's next rock is away. Looking to draw around. This is kind of shaping up to be a pretty good setup for McLane, as Barajas initially opted to ignore the rock in the rings, which is totally fair because that rock in the rings is behind the tee line. So you could draw on top of it later in the end if you needed to. I think you could still try to draw one more time, or he's setting up a hit and roll, which I think works as well. So we're going to see the hit and And how much of a roll are we going to see? Hit, not much of a roll. I think also have been trying for the double. It looked like it was close to be a double. That was Eric's first. So the room is down for Christina to draw again. And she was a little high. I think she may have wanted a little bit more curl. So with her next shot, I think she would like to be, well, she's going to be on the yellow in front of the house. She's going to tap that forward. That's not a bad shot. Moving quickly. I'm trying to keep notes while I'm doing this, and it's always fun. That's a lot of pepper on that one. Let's see here. 1 second. There we go. So again, clears one, and then the shooter rolls away. I think they really would have liked. I mean, I think they're trying to set up the doubles, but they're not making it. At least they're clearing stones. So Kate Garfinkel is the vice skip for Barajas. Wait. Oh no, this is a McLane. I apologize. So that's a good draw round, but it's a little heavy, and this could be a bit of a disaster as it crashes on the shot stone in the back of the rings. Uh, so the shooter is shot right now, and then the shot stone, the former shot stone is in the back 12 foot, where it looks like it is second shot. So they're sitting two, but it's in the back of the house. Um, and so Barajas has the broom down to pop that out. This is Kate Garfinkel. Some really smooth deliveries by both teams. That was a nice release by Garfinkel. This shot here, looks like it's going to hit. Any roll? No roll. Actually, it rolls out. So this is Ryan Nelson's second rock. I think just looking to... Weight looks a little heavy. I'm not quite sure what the call was here. I think they wanted to draw around the guard based on the line, but it came out just a little hot. And not in a Paris Hilton way. Because of her catchphrase, that's hot. Not making any further comment about Paris Hilton. So it looks like they're going to make a heavy draw tap on the yellow in the back. And they want to make sure it's around that guard. And it's past the guard, so now I think they want to make sure the line is good. And it's shaping up to be a pretty good shot there by Kate. So now facing two, McLane is now the person chasing a little bit. She was set up okay at the start of the end. She was sitting two, and then Barajas just kind of slowly but surely was able to kind of chip away at those rocks, and is now sitting two. So I think they were maybe thinking about maybe doing a double. I think they're set up for a hit and roll though. So hit and roll, and it does hit and it does roll, and actually ends up in a really nice spot behind that corner guard that Barajas put up. I think the first stone of the end, or the first stone of the end. So it looks like they can see a sliver of it. So the broom is set up for, I believe, a board weight takeout. So a weight with enough energy to deliver this, for the stone to stop kind of where the scoreboard is. Maybe just a little bit more than that. Christina's sweeping hard for line. And it looks like it's going to be on the guard, maybe. No, well, she's hard for line. It's past the guard, and it's going to make contact with the yellow shot stone, and that's a great shot by Jesus. That's two back-to-back great shots by the Skips. That's why they are in the high pressure position there. Nice hit and roll. Um, it is behind the tee line, and so the broom is down for a draw on top. So this is kind of an end-saving move here. She can't really hit her way out of this jam, so she's going to try and draw on top of that shot stone, which is behind the tee line. And then Barajas will maybe need to draw, hopefully for one, or to avoid giving up. Well, she really can't give up a lot of points, so. Looks like it was tight to the guard, but it's past the guard. And it's going to settle in the almost full 4 foot. So it's going to be shot. That was a tricky situation. She probably wanted to be like at least 2 feet closer because now Barajas has a hit for possibly three. So the broom is down. So they don't want to jam. So basically they want to hit either on the nose, the very center of that yellow rock, or just to the left to kind of squirt it out the back. Need to change that phrase. So this is a last rock, a chance for three. Jesus Barajas with the hammer. He's got the weight. Does he have the line? It's going to be close. They're trying to push over to make sure it gets past the center. They don't want to hit on the right, and they're not going to. Ooh, oh, just Makes contact with the blue in the back forefoot, but that yellow caroms off the blue and goes out of play. It's good for 3. So a pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships, coming to you live from Oakland, California. And just like that, rocks are in play. We're moving fast this morning, and we're moving so fast it's actually afternoon. This is Christina's first, looking to put up a centerline guard. It looks like it's trying to get really close, but not quite touch the center. So this is Ryan's first, looking to put up a corner guard. It looks like it's going to slip into the rings. So as Christina delivers her second shot, let's go around the rings real quick. We are keeping track of scores at bonspieler.com. You'll be able to see information on all the games as Christina is looking to hit and roll a little bit. Going to hit, and is it going to stay out of the rings? I think so. And we just see that that is indeed another guard. So going around the rings to the sheet next to us, we have Team Endicott taking on Team McBride. They are tied at 2 each after the second end. Endicott started with the hammer, and actually McBride stole 2 in the first, and then Endicott was able to convert the hammer with 2 in the second end. Sheet B is our featured game. Team Barajas is up 3-0 over Team McLane. Sheet C, we have Team Aces from Silicon Valley and Rock Creek taking on Team Coleman from San Francisco Bay Area. It is Blanksville right now. No score. Coleman blanked the first 2 ends. And then on sheet D, we have a Team McDonald of Coyotes Wine Country taking on Team Gilbert. McDonald forced Gilbert to a single in the first, and then Gilbert stole 1 in the second. So it is 2-0 Gilbert. Gilbert hailing from Oval of Utah and Nashville. So this is Christina's first, looking for a little hit action. Looking for maybe a little bit of a roll as well. They're trying to push it over to make sure it just that enough contact. It does. And it rolls buried under that center guard. Good shot there from Christina. So now it looks like Barajas wants to have Eric draw around with his second. This is over curling. It may be a little light. Actually, it got around the guard. Okay, that was a great shot there by Eric. Would you look at that? It settles into the back button. He certainly showed me to be a fool. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame. Sorry, not Endgame. It's being brought to you by Curling.gg. As Christina's second shot is away. This draw is looking pretty good. So great draws back to back to back. Well, Christina's first shot was a hit and roll. So it started off with a hit and roll, then two great back-to-back draws. Curling.gg is growing fast and has partnered with Jamie Sinclair from the Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insights to fans everywhere. Let's see if this draw is going to be another great draw. It's looking pretty good. I think they would have liked to have kind of welded right on that shot stone, but it's not in a bad place. It does narrow the scoring area. So I don't think they really. I mean, they don't necessarily need to score this end. I think a lot of teams kind of consider what they want the goal to be for the end, and in this case, they don't need to score. They just want to narrow the scoring opportunities for the other team. And this is a little heavy. Ryan was not happy with it out of hand. That goes through the rings out of play. So I think they were hoping to take advantage of that gap that is there. You can see there's about almost two stones. So they hit it. It almost like kind of peel that blue out and then have a chance to put another one in the rings in scoring position and just heavy and not on target. So I think the weight could have been fine. The line was not, though. So this next shot coming from Garfinkel is looking to kind of tap that blue that she first threw up a little bit. If you know, if she could, it only moves it about 3 inches. But again, they just want to narrow that scoring area and make it harder for McLane to kick out any blue stones and score any yellow rocks. So this is a pretty good outcome by Kate. Ryan's second stone, they wanted to draw around. So basically, the scoring path down the middle is not super great right now. So they wanted to try to go on the right side, and that just over curled a little bit. Not an awful outcome, but crashes on the guard. Crashes on the guard, pushes the blue guard a little further away from the center. So it makes it, I think, a little harder to draw around to score. So basically, they need to score a second point. They need to touch the button, the very center ring in this house that we are looking at right now. So the broom is down for Jesus Barajas' first rock without the hammer here in this third end. And I think they're looking to just put up a guard based on where Kate is positioned. She has the broom, I think, down where they want the rock to end up. The line is probably more important than the exact position, in front of the house. But it looks like it's exactly where she had the broom down. A great draw there by Jesus. So we're playing 8 ends for our draws. We have 9 teams in the field, so we are going to be able to do a full round robin, which is awesome. Uh, the teams definitely get a lot of games this weekend. I would have loved to sign up for an event where you get 8 guaranteed games. So I think I need to double check the rule procedure, but definitely we are set up to play round robin through Saturday. And then if there's tiebreakers that need to happen, those are going to be set for Sunday morning and Sunday midday. Uh, so if there's a clear winner and a clear second place after the round robin, we won't need the tiebreakers. But if we need to determine either the champion or the second place finisher, we would then do the tiebreakers. Please don't hold me to that. That's just my experience being at these events in the past. So that rock from McLane is just a little light, although she can use it maybe for her second shot. So Barajas is kind of indicating where he wanted the stone to end up as he heads back to the hatch now. He's getting set. Oh, doing a last minute clean. Now he's set. He's going right down the middle, and he is looking to take away that possible raise of McLean's stone on the left. So that's a great call there by Barajas. Wants to take away any possible chance for McLean to raise that stone, and I don't think he quite got there. It's going to be tricky though, and the risk is really high for McLean to hit her own out of scoring position. Looking at the overhead, I think they may have wanted to have like another another quarter rock of curl, just to get a little further to the right or a little further away from the center with that guard, because it does leave McLane at least a chance as her shot is away. Looks like they're opting to throw it away though, so I think they just viewed the risk being too great of maybe damaging their one stone in the rings. I'm talking, but I could be wrong. So not quite throwing it away. I think they just went out wide just to see what might happen. If if they got lucky, they got lucky. If not, they're fine with the one. So at the end of the end, Barajas holds McLean to a single point, and Barajas is holding on to a 3-1 lead as we head into the fourth end. We'll be back in just a moment when we continue with our coverage of the 2026 Mixed Fours Playdowns, coming to you live from the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. And as we get underway at the start of the fourth end, coverage of this end is being brought to you by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Reach the next level with, as I switch cameras, reach the next level with our leading edge curling brooms and accessories. Our 100% carbon fiber brooms feature either a 7.5-inch or 9-inch head. Endgame's no-slip silicone grip sleeve gives you unparalleled connection to your broom, and Endgame's unique 3-piece travel handle makes traveling for curling easy. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. So Sawyer's first rock slips into the rings, and so Barajas has the broom down for Ludo to take it out. Hit, and the shooter's going to roll across the rings out of play. So wide open house, and Sawyer is going to take another crack at putting up the guard. Sawyer has been curling for 2 years. His past experience includes taking part in MoPac's 5 and under events. That guard is far more effective with his second shot. So it looks like the broom is down for putting up a corner guard on the left side from this view. It's going to be opposite the where the yellow is in front of the house. Christina's been curling for 12 years. Past appearances include the 2017 Arena Nationals, where she finished with a bronze medal. And that, I was trying to go into the rings. That could have been what they wanted. She was also a B event winner at the 2024 Golden Gate Bonspiel here at Oakland, and was also a bronze medalist at Mixed Nationals in 2025. So the broom is down for Christina to take it out. And needs to curl up just a little bit more. I don't think it's going to come back, but I've been surprised before. Not this time. So the broom is down for kind of a repeat of Christina's first, Ludo's first stone. There's two Christinas, so just to differentiate between the two. Sweepers are kind of saying it's up weights. So it looks like it's going to end up in a really good place. They couldn't sweep it though because if they swept it, it would go to the blue that's already in the rings. This one slips into the rings, so um, Christina could take it on if she wanted to. So Christina Kuka has been curling for 3 years, and she has also been at MoPac 5 and Under events. Our MoPac 5 and Under is coming up in 2 weekends. It's so fast this season. Everything's been moving so fast. Looking to draw around their corner guard. Ooh, wow, that was nice. That was a great draw there by Christina Kuka. So Barajas has the option of I think trying to take out either the yellows in front of the rings or behind the ring or in the rings. Get rid of the top one is totally fine as Eric delivers his second rock. Eric's been curling for 27 years. And the shooter's going to roll over to the blues, but really doesn't protect anything in the house. So right now, McLane is sitting one with Barajas having the second and third stones in the 12-foot area. So Ryan Nelson is delivering his first. I think looking to put up a front stone in front of that shot rock on the left side of the house from this view. It does pretty good. I think it's covering about 20%. There's a decent amount of separation, but Barajas could try to do a double takeout. And that's kind of where he has the broom set up for that. So Ludo is sweeping to curl it now. Eric's trying to hold the line. It's going to get one. Is it going to get both of them? And it gets them both moving, both yellows moving. And you can say so long to the two McLane rocks, one in the house, one guarding. And that was a double takeout brought to you by doubletakeout.com. So it looks like McLane wants Ryan to hit and roll. Apologies for that. So we're going to see a hit. I don't think it's going to roll that much. Gets one of the blue counters out of play. Not a bad shot there by Ryan. And Ryan Nelson's been curling for 3 years, and he has also been to MoPac 5 and under events. Our MoPac 5 and under, as I mentioned before, is going to be taking place in Las Vegas at Curl Vegas in 2 weekends. As we see Kate's second stone, looking to, I think, just draw into the top of the rings. And I'll be there with the broadcast and helping to run the events. And it's great to have newer curlers get some experience at a club like Curl Vegas. So I think that shot may have not worked out the way they wanted, because I really think they wanted to draw in with that stone, and instead it turns out to be a guard. So we are to skip stones, as we see Michaela McLane looking to, I think, hit and roll. We're going to see a hit. Oh, okay. So it ran the yellow back onto the blue and got rid of the blue shot stone. So now Michaela McLean is sitting one buried. To use my patented catchphrase, I think the double is there, uh, but I don't know if Barajas wants to take it on. Based on where Garfinkel has the broom, I think they want to draw under the center guards, hoping to maybe set up a double, opportunity to score two. As Barajas has been curling for 19 years. It's got a little bit of weight on it. Weight's coming off as it slipped into the rings, and now it's going to settle in the back 4 foot, slipping it toward the 8 foot. About, I would say 60% covered, maybe 40% covered. And so now McLean has the broom down for drawing on top of that Barajas stone, because it went down. It went a little deep. Although I say that Barajas stone is shot right now, as we see Michaela McLean's last rock of this end. Michaela has been curling for 4 years, and she's been curling at MoPac. She was at MoPac Mits last year as the front end, and that gets around the guards. It's going to tap the blue back, and it's going to kick it not quite out, but it kicks it to the back 12, where it is currently third shot. So Barajas is basically just going to draw on top of that yellow, just in the back 4 foot, and take a single point is what I think will happen. So Barajas has been playing for 19 years. He has been the skip for Team Mexico in the Americas Challenge in 2021. Finished third. This is his last rock here with the hammer, facing 2, drawing for 1. And they need to make sure it gets there. They're really pounding the ice to make sure it gets there. And it's going to outcount 1. Is it going to outcount 2? No. It's just a smidge short and ends up being a steal of 1 for McLane. So that was a good steal there by Team McLane. Entering the halftime break on a high note as McLane draws within 1 of Team Barajas. They're going to take a 5-minute break. We will too. And we'll be back in just a moment as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships, coming to you live from Oakland, California. Welcome back to our ongoing coverage of the 2026 Mixed Fours Playdowns. Really interesting game so far as we're about to get set here in the fifth end of a possible eight ends of play. Barajas has the hammer as Team McLane was able to steal the last end to make it a 3-2 game, as I will update the scoreboard right now. So that is a center line guard on the line, so it cannot be dislodged by the other team until after the fifth rock to the end. That was a good shot there by Ryan Sawyer. The broom is down for Christina Lugo to put up a corner guard. This will be a good shot to see how much curl we're seeing on the eyes. Because they had the broom right by the center line, so we want to see how far it goes. They're looking at just under 4 feet of curl. And this is going to go into the ring, so not a corner guard. Just a little heavy, and if she was on broom, that's going to be just over 3 feet of curl. So sliding into the rings means that Sawyer can pop that stone out, and that's what he's set up to do. Oh, and that's I think he had the wrong broom because you can see it was going out, in terms of the rotation going away from the center. So just a missed opportunity, and so now Barajas has the broom down for a guard. It's looking pretty good. It's going to slip into the rings, and so it could set up a double takeout, which seems to be where Michaela is going. She has the broom down, kind of indicating she kind of hit her hips, meaning that she wants board weight or bumper weight, as we kind of call it. So more of a hit and roll. That's not a bad outcome. It doesn't roll too much. It rolls exposed, and so Barajas has a chance to tap out that yellow and then roll back in front of their own blue stone. Although yellow is currently shot. Working to push it over. It's going to go over and it's going to hit it just a little too thinly and go through across the rings out of play. So not a bad effort. It does get rid of the yellow shot stone. And Michaela's opting to kind of ignore that blue in the back of the house, opting to utilize her own guard, which makes sense. Is it going to be around the guard? I think it's going to crash. They just maybe split the stone into the rings. Doesn't though. So now there's kind of almost offset guards. So the Barajas could clear those, or he could draw around those guards. And he set it for the takeout. As Eric's got some heat on that. Gets both yellows moving. Taps one of the yellows into the reins. The shooter rolls away. So right now it's Barajas sitting one with McLane sitting the second shot in the upper 12 foot. This is Ryan Nelson's first. There's two, so there's two Ryans and there's two Christinas. Although Christina, either Christina spells her name differently. Each Christina spells her name differently. Christina Ludo with a K, Christina Kuka with a C. So I think Nelson had wanted to maybe draw around. It ends up being a guard, which is not a bad outcome. Does set up a double though. Possible jam in the back though. So if they, the double's there, but the possibility of jam's also there. So looking to, I think, maybe avoid that jam possibility. The broom is down for hitting that front stone on the left side to have any possible stone deflection go away from that shot stone in the rings. And that looks like mission accomplished by Kate. So now McLane has the broom down for taking out that blue in the rings to be sitting two. That's a smart move there by McLane. And Nelson's got the weight. Does he have the line? It's looking a little wide, but it could be close. Kisses it with enough energy to get it going. Good takeout there by Nelson. So it looks like we're heading towards Blanksville again. I'll meet you at the station. As the broom is down for Garfinkel to take out that yellow shot stone, the only rock in the rings right now, the only rock in play across the entire playing surface of the ice. So that shot was successful. So you can see the clocks in the backgrounds. Teams started off with 30 minutes of thinking time. That's the time between when they get control of the sheet and by the time they deliver their stone. The clock stops basically as soon as the curler pushes out of the hat. So the clock would stop like right now. Well, when it touches the T line on the delivery side. So that hit was successful. I think they wanted to maybe roll into the rings if they could, just to make it a little bit harder for Barajas to secure the blank. But it rolls in front of the house to the edge of the 12 foot. Not really a good place to hide. So Garfinkel has the broom down to have Barajas draw to the right side of the sheet from this view to see if they can put a stone in the house and see if they can generate 2 points. If they blank, that's okay. They're up 3-2. So they want it on the edge of the 12 foot, close to tee, and it's going to be pretty much where they wanted it. Actually, settling in the O, and this is Alone land. So the broom is down for the takeout. This is McLane's last without the hammer here in the fifth end. It's curling a decent amount, but they're going to make enough contact. The shooter's going to roll out of the rings, and so now Barajas basically gets a free look down a path that he may want to check out. He's not going to, he doesn't want to touch the ring, so he's going to basically throw through for the blank. So he's quickly in the hack. And it looks like they just want to go right down in the middle or close to the middle. So you usually try to do a new path or a path you haven't seen in a while just to see how the stone might react. And they're just cleaning, making sure the stone goes through the rings out of play, and it does. And so that is the second blink of the game, and the second blink by Team Barajas, as they will carry a 3-2 lead into the sixth end. Pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our coverage of the 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships, coming to you live from the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. Ongoing coverage of this event is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com, offering insights and rankings of the top men's and women's teams from around the world. See how your favorite team is stacked against the rest heading into the Milano Cortina Olympics. DoubleTakeout.com. And by curling.gg. Curling.gg just launched a new beta feature that lets you upload photos and recreate real curling scenarios. Check it out at curling.gg. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Rocks and play. We are underway. Let's go around the rings in just a moment. You can find the scores at bonspieler.com. As the opening rock for Sawyer is going to be close to the center line, but I think it could possibly slip into the rings. It was a very near thing. It's a tight guard, though. So Christina Ludo is putting up a corner guard. It's currently a decent amount though. So going around the rings on sheet A, the contest between Team Endicott of Coyotes taking on Team McBride of Orange County in San Francisco. Kind of a back and forth game. They were trading twos for a bit until Endicott was forced to a single in the fourth end. Current score is currently McBride 4, Endicott 3 as we head into the fifth end. Sheet B is our featured game as you're watching it right now. We have Team Barajas holding on to a 3-2 lead over Team McLane. Barajas hailing from San Francisco and McLane from Coyotes. That was a decent draw around there by Sawyer. It's about 30% covered. And so Barajas is opting to draw on top of that, it appears. On sheet C, after opening up with 2 blanks, Team Coleman from San Francisco converted the hammer with a 3 spot in the third end. Aces was forced to a single in the fourth end. The score is currently 3-1 Coleman over Aces. Aces hailing from Silicon Valley and Rock Creek. On sheet D, we have a tied game as we have Team McDonald of Coyotes in Wine Country scoring 2 in the third end and stealing the fourth. And then Team Gilbert, a trio of singles in the first 2 ends, and as well as the fifth end. So all square at 3 between those 2 teams. And Team Gilbert hails from the Oval and Nashville curling. So this is Kuka's first, and it's a draw tap. And it appears there's enough for McLane to be sitting 2. As the broom is down for Eric Chirilla Jensen's first rock. Got some heat on that one. Let's see where it ends up. I think looking to hit and roll slightly, perhaps. Gonna hit, roll towards the outside. I think that was a good outcome because the jam possibility on the back was there, I believe. So we're going to see another hit coming from Christina. Is over curling slightly, but it's going to be enough to hit the blue out. The shooter's going to also roll out. So with the hammer in the 6th end of a possible 8 ends, they could be drawing. Okay, they're looking to peel the guard. I just wanted to be sure. If it over curls, they could be looking to get the rock in the back, but they're going to get the guard. Are they going to get 2? They the jam possibility came very close to being in play. So and it looks like it's McLane by a sliver as Ryan Nelson looks to be throwing soft takeout weight, like a raised takeout. Hit the yellow onto the red in the yellow onto the blue. The stones are blue and yellow to reflect the colors of California. Mm. Doesn't hit the right way. Actually hits their own at an angle where it pushes the shot stone to the back 12 out of scoring position, and the shooter rolls out of the house. Just kind of hangs out just past the edge of the rings. So I think Barajas is building something here. So they're looking to, I think, sort of split the reins and be buried behind cover as Christina Ludo is working to push under the guard and freezing on top of that yellow in the back. That looks like a pretty good shot there by Kate Garfinkel. Coverage of this end is being brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. Throughout the competitive curling season, proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the site with the latest results and stats, creating a unique view and ranking of the top men's and women's teams from around the world. DoubleTakeout.com. That shot, looking for a takeout, I think like a hit and roll, and it just kisses that shot blue in the back 8-foot area, and so I needed like another half rock of, let's say a quarter rock of curl. So Barajas is building something here, but it's not. The rocks are not in the best places because they're in the back of the rings, and so McLane could just basically park the stone in front of those blues and outcount those with one shot. Um, as we see, Garfinkel gets set for her second stone. This is looking pretty good. They want to keep it high, but they also want to make sure it's in a place to kind of block the draw toward those stones in the bag. So it's not shot, but it definitely helps protect at least the shot stone in the back 12 foot. So the broom is down to take out at least one of the blues, maybe get two of the blues moving. I think it's a dangerous shot because there's the blue in the back that's frozen on top of the yellow. So the jam possibility is fairly high. Looks like she pushed it a little wide. Let's see where it ends up. So it just too wide, unfortunately. It goes through the rings out of play. And she knew it out of hand. It's communication and feedback is so important in this game. So it's like she was able to provide the sweepers with that instant feedback, knowing that it was a little wide. Depending on how wide it was, the sweepers could try to sweep it to curl a little bit more, but it wasn't going to come back, unfortunately. So now sitting 3, this is a golden opportunity for Barajas to maybe potentially double their score here in the 6th end, as we're getting late in the first draw of our opening game of our Mixed Fours tournament. So the broom is down. I think just looking to close off that draw path on the right side as very quickly Jesus Barajas gets set and delivers his first 2 skip stones with the hammer here in the 6th end. This looks like it might go a little deep, but they want to make sure they have the line. I say it's going to go deep. It's not actually not. It's a front stone in front of the rings. That was a good shot there by Barajas. I should have never doubted him. So now the broom is down for McLane to draw on the right side from this view. It's kind of like the only shot left, really. Facing 3, looking for about 4 feet of curl. This is her last rock without the hammer here in the 6th end. Line looks pretty good. I think the question is going to be a weight. And the weight looks like it's a little up. It's going to hang out a little wide and come back and just kind of kiss the blue in the back 8-foot, 12-foot area and rolls off to the 4th position. So unfortunately that shot was a miss. And Barajas has the golden opportunity to score 4. He's got 3 in hand, a chance for 4. Blanking that end definitely yielded results for Jesus Barajas and is ranked from the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. And I think we can see here that this might be a situation where experience and familiarity with the ice are coming into play. Jesus Barajas and his team all have considerable experience. McLane is a relatively new rink, as we were mentioning. They're still doing 5 and under events for MoPac, which we really appreciate. But this is definitely, I think, a learning experience for McLane as the shot is close. Is it there? It they were using the yellows in the back as backing, but it rolled too far outside from the center, so it's only going to be a score of 3 for Barajas. It is good enough for 3, though, as they update the scoreboard. And Team Barajas will take a 6-2 lead into the 7th end. And we're going to take a quick pause in the action. We'll be right back as we continue with our 2026 DoubleTakeout.com MoPac Championships. Rocks in play. We are underway here in the seventh end, where Team Barajas has taken a fairly commanding 6-2 lead over Team McLane. We definitely appreciate you tuning in for our first draw of this Mixed Fours event. We have daily triple headers, and our next action will be at around 4:30 Pacific time on our MoPac YouTube channel. And our featured game will be Team Cerna taking on Team Aces. And then our MoPac After Dark game will be at around 9 o'clock as Team McDonald take on Team Endicott. And it looks like McLane was able to put up the corner guard. All that action is going to be at the MoPac YouTube channel. You can also check out the bondspieler.com, which will have line scores from all the sheets, as well as a link to the feature games. So Christina's second shot, I think they wanted to make sure it was a front stone. It actually makes contact. So time that you vote my catchphrase. I think the double's there. I don't know if I think McLane needs to take it on now, just so that they're not sitting, so that to prevent Barajas from sitting multiple points. Oh, apologies for that. It's gonna get one. Is there two there? Kisses that second blue, pushes it back to the top of the button. The shooter's going to roll wide to the outside the edge of the 12 foot. So a good attempt does open things up. And Barajas is taking a look to make sure it's not in the rings. Let's see how it looks on the button cam. He's calling for a technical timeout to make sure that the rock is not in the rings. So we're going to see the first appearance of our ice official, or on ice official. Let's see if I can get a view of the ice official. So it looks out, but they want to make sure that it is out. So they're going to do a technical timeout as our ice official is heading out there. It looks to be a member of the San Francisco Bay Area Club. Maybe a little tricky just based on where the blue rock is. The blue rock is on the pin a little bit, so she has to kind of move positions. I would kind of out it the other way, but there's enough space. It's close, and they're taking a look at it. So basically, this is called the biter bar. This is the second most exciting measure in all of sports. Uh, and not quite sure what the final determination was. But Barajas is opting not to take it on, opting to draw and put up another front stone. So I'm going to assume that it's the rock is a guard, as Chirilla Jensen quickly delivers a stone that's opting to be a front stone. Comes up a little light, but they want to make sure it gets into a good place. ends up as a guard. So the line was the more important part, as long as it didn't hog. So with the fifth rock to the end being delivered, they can clear these guards. So they had to check the stone for one rock, essentially. And now they can go to the races. So this is over curling. This might kiss that blue into the rings. It kisses the blue over, so it opens it up. Not a pretty good outcome. I'm talking more and more like Porky Pig these days. As a Chiarella Jensen is set for a second, looking for some clearing action on aisle B. We're on sheet B. Gets both of those guards moving. You can see the Yellowstone going through the rings out of play. So right now is currently Barajas sitting one top button, and there's two corner-ish guards. They're not really guarding too much. But that was a great clearing action there by Eric. So looking to hit and trying to roll a little bit as it hits. The shooter sticks around as the shot stone goes out of play. As this is Kate's first rock. Need to hold the line. It's the counterclockwise rotation is going to hit and it's going to roll across the house. It does stick around. Ryan Nelson's first, looking to hit, and I think maybe roll out towards the cover, the tenuous cover of those far corner guards. A slight roll as the shooter sticks around in the back 8 foot, just behind the tee line, just in front of the tee line. Pardon me. So this is Kate's second stone. Just looking to keep a clean house and really make it really difficult for McLane to score multiple points in this end. They're working to push it over, going to make some solid contact. The shooter's going to roll right on top of the pin in the very center of the house as the yellow shot stone goes away. It's now currently Barajas sitting one. So the trading hits back and forth. This is going to be close to a nose hit. Slight roll to the right. So this is America's Top 40. We're just playing hits right now. And just like that, we are to skip stones. You can see teams have a decent amount of time. You want to play ends in roughly about 3 minutes 40 seconds of thinking time, and both teams have plenty of time remaining. This is Jesus Barajas is first, looking to hit. I guess I could have made that guess. I could have guessed that shot. Hits made. The shooter's going to roll towards the center, almost biting the button. So McLean would like to probably score two here. It's going to be very difficult for her to come back in this game, unfortunately. I think, really needed to score two here, at least two here, and then steal two in the eighth end. And a blank does not really benefit her because then all the pressure is on that last end to score four. It's not impossible, and it's an 8 game round robin as we have 9 teams in the field. So this might be a game where she just might concede after this. We'll see what happens, of course. Anything can happen. That's why we play the games. So looking to hit, and I think maybe try to roll a little bit back towards the corner guard. Not much of a roll. So playing very quickly here as Jesus Barajas gets set into the hatch. Barajas has been curling for 19 years, as I mentioned. He has been to several MoPac and Midwest Curling Association Mixed Fours events and was at the 2025 Mixed Nationals, finishing with a bronze medalist. So, like I mentioned, Team Barajas and his San Francisco-based rink definitely has a lot of curling pedigree, as that hit and slight roll was successful. So going for the blank, uh, obviously it's not the outcome they would have wanted in this end. We'll definitely be interested to see how they play the eighth end if they do go to the eighth end. This is the last rock. With the hammer, it's Michaela McLane looking to hit. They could be looking to hit and stick just so they get at least a point. I don't know if it's worth it, though. Hit and stick for one. So they add another point to their score. So it is currently Barajas 6, McLean 3. Barajas will have the hammer when we come back for the final stanza in just a moment. So once again, just a reminder of our upcoming games. We'll be back on the air at around 4:30 today, where our feature game will be Team Cerna taking on Team Aces, and then MoPac After Dark will be at around 9 o'clock, all times Pacific, as we will see Team McDonald taking on Team Endicott. Friday and Saturday we have triple headers on tap. Our times are slightly different. We'll be starting slightly earlier with a 9:30 starts, and then our game times are 9:30, 2:30, and 7:30, both Saturday and Sunday. And then if we have a tiebreaker set for Sunday morning and early afternoon, should they be necessary. So opening rock from Ryan Sawyer. So basically, uh, Barajas has a hammer. McLane needs to steal 3 to stay alive. So looking to keep a clean house. Christina's first shot is going to be a takeout. So I think McLean really needed to put up a guard. They need to put up guards and find places to hide. It's not impossible to steal 3. It's just you have to be very deliberate and smart how you set it up. And the guard is the first step that you need really in this type of situation. This is this also looks a little heavy because if you draw on the rings, a team that can hit is going to hit. And so basically, Barajas took like 2 seconds to put the broom down. um, this is Christina second stone. This is over curling though, so this could be an opportunity developing for McLean. So I take back everything I said. No, uh, sometimes it's good to have a little luck. So that yellow jams on the blue in the back, and that yellow sits in the back. 12-4 shot. So this is Christina Kuka's first rock. So it's going to settle into the rings. They're going to split the house, which was not a bad way to do it, uh, especially since that is the fifth rock to the end. So basically, there's any guards in play could be taken out by Barajas at will. So this is Eric's first rock, looking for a takeout. Going to take out and roll slightly. Teams also have a timeout. So teams have a decent amount of time to talk things over. Um, so we definitely encourage speedy play, but also like time to maybe talk about the strategy could have been instructive or helpful in this case. So the yellow shooter jams on the blue or hits the blue back onto the yellow. So kind of some jams in the back. So looking for a hit, and I'm going to see a little bit of a roll. Actually, the shooter's going to go out of play. So just reducing scoring opportunities and possibly running Team McLane out of rocks. That would seem to be the strategy for Team Barajas. Team McLean has 4 rocks remaining. As we see Ryan Nelson's first rock to this end head down the ice. So it's going to be a tight guard. So Barajas is just going to take it out. With Kate Garfinkel's first. Slight roll is kind of the optimal place to put it. Over curls maybe just a little too far, or rolls a little too far. But the primary goal was to clear the stone, and that mission was accomplished. It does give McLean a place to hide a stone. So I think maybe they would have preferred to have rolled out, or possibly rolled out. But also the stone needed to get around that guard. It's not going to. So that's corner frozen onto the blue guard. So Barajas is just opting to draw to the edge, the right edge. Technically, McLean is not out of stones, but it's going to be very, very hard for McLean to score 3 here at this point. And so this rock is just a little heavy, which is fine if it goes through. And it does. It looks like they are shaking hands. So McLean, I think, acknowledged that it was a bridge too far to reach 3 at this point. So make the final 6-3, Team Barajas over Team McLean. The San Francisco Rink and Team Barajas is off to a solid start in the 8-game round robin. Team McLean from Coyotes falls to 0-1, but there's plenty of games remaining. We have 2 more games on tap today, and 3 games Friday and 3 games Saturday. Each team gets at least each team gets 1 bye. We'll go around the rings in just a moment, but before we do, just another thanks to our sponsors, including DoubleTakeout.com, offering stats and information and rankings about the top men's and women's teams from around the world at DoubleTakeout.com. And by Curling.gg. Curling.gg is growing fast and has partnered with Jamie Sinclair from the Curl Up with Jamie channel to bring more curling insights to fans everywhere. And by Endgame Curling. Elevate your game with Endgame Curling. Learn more at endgamecurling.com. So let's take a quick trip around the reins before we wrap up our broadcast. As we get more into the event, I think we'll be definitely happy to stick with games and move to competitive games. It's the first game though, so let's just keep it simple for the first draw. As indeed, I think they are all done. So they're all done. So let's go around the rings. I say they're all done. I think at least one team's still on the ice. Actually, they're pushing Rots back. So looks like everyone's done. So on sheet A, we have Team McBride from OC Curling in San Francisco. The 9-3 winners over Team Endicott from Coyotes. Sheet B was our feature game as we had Team Barajas 6-3 winners over Team McLane. Sheet C, we have Team Coleman from San Francisco Bay Area 7-3 winners over Team Aces from Silicon Valley and Rock Creek. And then sheet D, Team McDonald came on strong in the second half to win 8-3 over Gilbert. McDonald hails from Coyotes in one country, and Gilbert is from the Oval and Nashville. So as we wrap up our coverage of our first draw, just another reminder that we will be back at 2:30 p.m. Not 2:30, 4:30 p.m. Where our feature game will be Team Cerna taking on Team Aces. We hope to see you then. But until that time, this has been your host Ryan Olson on behalf of all of us here at MoPac and San Francisco Bay Area Curling, and with deep thanks to our sponsors. This has been a wonderful day, and hopefully see you soon. Good curling and good day.